Let's go! Bucks win! Yes, this feels good. Not gonna lie, I got a lot of hate for picking the Bucks against them fraudulent Eagles. What an epic collapse by the Philadelphia Eagles. Winning 10 games at the beginning of the season only to fall and lose 5 of the last 6. Let's get this out of here. Do you like me now? Bucks win! Baker Mayfield did that work. Impressive performance, sir. We didn't just win. This was a shellacking. 32-9? Woo! Baker passing for 337 with 3 touchdowns. Baker Mayfield balled out. But no, it was not just Baker. That team looked pretty good, didn't it? Yards after the catch was incredible. We had a couple drops. Surprisingly, Mike Evans dropped what would have been a touchdown pass. We didn't really need any more points. We were able to stop the brotherly shove. To be honest with you, probably should have been a penalty. They did grab Jalen Hurts' head pretty hard, but they didn't call it. But it wasn't just about this offense. Man, that defense came to play, only allowing 9 points to a team that was in the Super Bowl last year. I'm sure A.J. Brown definitely helped with that. But that Bucks defense did work. 3 sacks and a safety? I'll take that. Also, my boys can tackle. Unlike those Philadelphia Eagles. Man, that Eagles defense was bad. Missing tackles left and right. The Eagles scored all 9 of their points in the second quarter. That means they were scoreless for 3 of the 4 quarters. How you not score in the second half at all? One positive note for the Eagles, Devonta Smith balled out. 8 receptions for 148 yards. Good job, kid. Wasn't enough to win the game, but you did pad your stats. Love my dynasty team. It's on to the divisional round. See you there, Lions. On to the next game. How about them Cowboys? Something I have to hear all year about how the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the league. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. This was your best shot. The stars had aligned. You were at home. You got the number 2 seed. You fought hard for it. Them boys were supposed to be ready. Them boys were undefeated at home. The last 16 games, the Dallas Cowboys have not lost a game at home. What happened? It's getting hot in here because I'm cooking them. This game ended 48-32, but it wasn't that close. Dallas was down 27-0 with 9 seconds left to go in the first half. They was getting smacked up, cooked, roasted, and I loved it. It was absolutely incredible. Y'all had the best chance you've had to go to the conference finals in years. Home field all the way through, but all the way through didn't matter because you played a puppy. Jordan Love, his first year starting, he should have looked like Dak. They were down 48-16 with 10 minutes left. The Packers had pulled their starters. Now, towards the end, it got closer, but it was just garbage time points. They weren't coming back. Statistically, Dak had a fantastic game. 403 yards, 3 touchdowns. But those 2 picks blew the game wide open. One was on the 13-yard line, and the other one was a pick 6. An ugly pick 6 at that. Tisk. Statistically, Dallas Cowboys had a fine game. CeeDee Lamb over 100 yards. Michael Gallup over 100 yards. And Jake Ferguson with 93 yards and 3 touchdowns. Mostly garbage time. Now look at you. The Cowboys' future is up in the air because y'all gotta pay some people. Micah Parsons about to get paid. Y'all know CeeDee Lamb about to get that money. And I hate to spoil the news, but it's about time for Dak Prescott to get paid too. Can they afford to keep all these stars? It's about to start getting tight around here. Is Mike McCarthy still gonna have a job? Coming into this game, it wasn't really in question because they were projected to go to the conference championship. But now? Also, look at all those coaches that are available. Pete Carroll. Mike Vrabel? It's definitely not Arthur Smith. Bill Belichick? I think that'd be a great fit. Incredible defensive players. No discipline. Sounds like a team that could use Bill Belichick. Old Billy Boy doesn't like to pay the quarterback position though. So having Dak Prescott be the highest paid quarterback might get a little dicey. I do think that Bill Belichick will bring some order into the franchise. Much needed order. But I want him to be a coach, not a GM. Dallas has been doing a fine job of picking players. Just not getting them over the hump. You know, Cowboy fans. You know. Y'all never act like you know. You always act like you're gonna win it every year. If y'all were a little more humble, people may not hate y'all as much. But it's like a love-hate relationship. I kind of love to hate y'all, because y'all get on my nerves, I get on y'all nerves. It's kind of fun when you lose. How about them Cowboys? Side note on Nick Sirianni. Bill Belichick might be coming for your job too. Very curious to see where he lands. Please just not Atlanta. Also, I don't want him to go to the Cowboys either. I really hope he does. Bill Belichick on the Cowboys would actually make y'all a threat to win the Super Bowl, and watching y'all lose every year, honestly, a highlight of mine. It's nice, real nice. Keep it up. But enough about them Cowboys. Congratulations, Green Bay Packers. I thought y'all would keep it close, but I didn't know y'all doing like that. Dang. Jordan Love played out of his mind. Almost 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, almost a perfect passer rating. Good job, kid. Did the Green Bay Packers do it again with Jordan Love? Is that 3 franchise quarterbacks in a row? Are you kidding me? They're doing something right over there. From Favre to Rodgers to Love. You know, he was getting some mixed opinions earlier this year, but he been balling. He was slinging it effortlessly off his back foot. I was like, is he gonna get that back? Oh, that was beautiful. He sliced and diced that defense, and I would be remiss if I did not mention Aaron Jones balling out. 21 carries for 118 yards and 3 of them things. 1, 2, 3 touchdowns. Let's go. Running it. What did Lawrence say? Over and over and over and over and over again. That's how they ran on y'all. Over and over and over and over and over again. That's what y'all's defense was. Also, let's talk about this kid, Romeo Doubs. He was crushing it this weekend. 6 for 151 and a touchdown? Good job, kid. On to the next game. CJ Stroud and the Texans popped off against the Browns, and I thought it would be close. Blowout. I figured that Joe Flacco would throw a couple picks, but I didn't think they'd be pick sixes. This was back and forth in the first quarter. Then the Texans just blew the doors off of them. CJ Stroud absolutely cooked the Browns this weekend. This kid is here to stay. 274 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 to my boy, Nico Collins. For those of you who don't know, I have been talking about Nico Collins since before the season started. I told you to draft him in fantasy, and I said he was going to be balling this year. And oof. Oh yeah, he was and is balling. 6 for 96 and a touchdown. Let's go. Also gotta give a shout out to my dude, Brevin Jordan, who had an incredible 76-yard touchdown. For a tight end, that kid can move. Flacco had a pretty pedestrian game. 307-1 with 2 back-breaking pick sixes. Kareem Hunt did his thing with 2 touchdowns, 1 rushing, 1 receiving. Also, David Njoku is a baller, and he played really well in this one. 7 receptions for 93 yards. That's great for a tight end. All in all, very impressed with CJ Stroud. I missed this game. Got it right on the spread, wrong on the money line. NFL script's been rewritten a little bit. All in all, CJ Stroud is going to be a force to be reckoned with for the foreseeable future, and I'm here for it. Can you imagine if Tank Dell was on this team? AFC South just got dangerous. On to the next one. The Chiefs beat up on the Miami Dolphins at home. I hear a lot of people talking about the freezing cold temperatures. And I'm a Florida boy. I don't really do cold like that. And yes, it is definitely an advantage to the team that's used to playing in that cold weather. You're just more used to it. 0 degrees, 0 degrees. It's cold. It's cold. I will admit the Chiefs had an advantage. But that's why you play, to get home field advantage. Dolphins. All you had to do was win the last game of the season. And y'all let the Bills come up in your house and take the number 2 seed right from you. So I don't want to hear nothing about all that cold. You shouldn't have been playing in cold. You should have been playing at home. But you lost that right when you lost them games. So miss me with how cold it was. You shouldn't have been there. You're there because of you. Now let's talk about them Chiefs. They won 26-7, and they got that 7 by an underthrown ball to Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek Hill is so great that he can overcome the adversity of a short pass and pass interference. But that was the only points they scored. Tua had less than 200 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Their running backs were pedestrian, totaling less than 100 rushing yards. Absolutely sad performance for all of you Miami Dolphins fans. Oof. I feel for y'all. I think y'all have the longest streak of not winning a playoff game. Tisk, tisk, tisk. But let's start talking about some winners, baby. Patrick Mahomes had a pretty solid game. 262 yards, 1 touchdown. They really got it done with field goals and great defense. Isaiah Pacheco did his thing. 24 rush attempts for 89 yards and a touchdown. Travis Kelce went for 7-71. No touchdowns. He did have 3 drops, though. Kels, tighten up, bro. Tighten up. I believe in you. You'll get it next time. But what I really want to talk to y'all about is my boy Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice set the rookie record for the Kansas City Chiefs' most receiving yards by a rookie with 130. Let's go! And a touchdown. Could have been 2, but the refs flagged it for a blocking in the back. Still balled out, kid. Good job. But the Chiefs finally did what I asked them to do and stopped throwing it to all those scrubs. This is a list of the receivers that got targeted this week. Do you know what I don't see on this list? Kadarius Toney, the drop machine, and drop machine number 2, Sky Moore. No targets in the wild card round. Thank you. Throw it to your best players. Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice. Every once in a while you can throw it at MVS just to throw them off the trail. But I'm feeling pretty good about my Super Bowl pick. Kansas City Chiefs about to go on a run. It's game time. But I could wax poetically about Patrick Mahomes and these Kansas City Chiefs. So let's go on to the next game. The LA Rams versus the Detroit Lions. Matthew Stafford played well. 367 and 2 touchdowns. Not bad. Kyron Williams didn't pop off like he normally does. That Lions run defense is for real. But you know who did pop off? Puka Nacua! Let's go! Not to flex, but another one of my preseason picks. I tried to tell y'all to draft my boy when Cooper Kupp went down. But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think he'd be this good. Setting records left and right. Regular season records, receptions and receiving yards. And a rookie playoff receiving record with 181 yards and a touchdown. My man did work, but it wasn't enough to overcome them Detroit Lions. I was wrong on this one. I thought that the Rams would win, but not gonna lie, I'm happy for them Lions. Yeah, man, Detroit, it's been a long time since the Detroit Lions won a playoff game. Most of y'all weren't even alive. Last time the Detroit Lions won a playoff game was 1992. That was 30 years ago. I was a baby. Think about that. That was before smartphones. Teams have moved division since then. It's crazy. Jared Goff had himself a solid game, going for 277 and 1. That's not too bad considering his running backs each got a touchdown. Had a nice little thunder and lightning going on, with David Montgomery being the thunder, and of course Jahmyr Gibbs being the lightning, because that boy fast. And of course, you know, Amon-Ra St. Brown popped off. 7 receptions for 110 yards doing his thing. I got a buddy that's a big Detroit Lions fan. He's been a Lions fan his whole life, and it's been sad. But this is a glorious day for you Detroit Lions. Rejoice through the streets. Mikey, I hope that you are having a fantastic week, because now our teams must face, my brother, and let the best team win. This should be a good one. Also, special shout out to my boy Eminem showing up, showing out at the game. Eminem, one of, if not the best rapper ever. Eminem be putting it down. He also made a funny video to Matthew Stafford saying, can we just get this one? I rapped for you at the Super Bowl. I was standing next to you. I just think that's hilarious. Eminem, you're funny. And Matthew Stafford played pretty well, bud. Just couldn't get it done. I do think y'all are going to be great next year, though. Love this back and forth game. One of the best games of the week. Congratulations, Lions. You deserve it. I'm really happy for you. I really am. And on that note, moving on to the next game. Last slate in the game, Pittsburgh Steelers head to Buffalo to face the Buffalo Bills. Bills were heavy favorites. They had to move the game because there was a snowstorm. There was still a lot of snow in those bleachers. Good job for getting the game played, NFL. The Bills got off to a 14-0 start in the first quarter and really just held lock and step after that. Each team scored 7 in the second, 3 in the third, and 7 in the fourth. Steelers defense struggled without TJ Watt, and Mason Rudolph played all right, but he's clearly not the answer for the future. They really need a quarterback. But the story is really Josh Allen. Josh Allen absolutely balled out. Yes, only 200 passing yards, but 3 passing touchdowns and another 74 yards and a touchdown on the ground. That's where he gets it done at, man. He's a dual threat. And did y'all notice that little hezzy he had on that long run? Tricking the defender thinking he might go down? You think you slick. I see you. All around good game. Pretty much went how I expected it to. Buffalo Bills did work. I can't wait till this next round, though. Woo! Yeah. I can't wait. Rematch. Bills versus Chiefs. Except this time it's not an Arrowhead. Kansas City Chiefs have to head to New York and play in their house. This is gonna be a game to remember. I got a feeling. There's a lot more where this came from. Looking forward to previewing the next week's games. I got some cool stuff in the works for y'all. Got some upgrades to the studio I can't wait to show y'all. Stay tuned. This channel about to be popping. I hope your team won. And for everybody else whose team lost, I'm sorry for your loss. Except for y'all Cowboy fans. I'm happy y'all lost. How about them Cowboys? Yes. Oh. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. Go Bucks! That's what I'm talking about with the Bake Show. Baker, good job, buddy. Knew you could do it. 1 week at a time. Keep it up, Bucks. Let's go! How about them Cowboys?